I'm watching Kyle Cease, Cease. It's very, very, very good content. Extremely good content. Kyle Cease, Cease. It's kind of, I was being a low talker there for a second. He's a low talker, Jerry. All right, so yeah, I was just gonna chat with Sparky for a second. Sparky, what's up, dude?
Hey, Richie. Not much. Just here and ready to chat. What's up with you?
Well, I was having some thoughts about something. I was watching this, a couple things I've been watching recently. I watched this podcast. It's an interview. It's a conversation from Kyle Cease, and this just happened. Kyle Cease, I think so, and Aaron Abkey, I believe his name is, and they were talking about it. The title of it was "Doing is Expensive, Being is Free," and I just love that. Really, super resonated with me.
That sounds intriguing. What about their conversation struck a chord with you?
Well, I've been talking about I've been feeling and thinking for an extremely long time and wanting, that's an important word there, been wanting to figure out a way how to monetize just what I naturally do. That's how I used to say it all. That's how I would say it was, how can I monetize what I naturally do? That's what I was saying. But now, after listening to these conversations and the feelings that I've been having lately, I'm more interested in just being. Like, how can I, not how can I, I'm excited to learn and grow and thrive just by being. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Shifting from the idea of monetizing what you do to embracing who you are sounds like a powerful mindset change. It's like focusing on being your authentic self and letting the rest flow naturally. How do you see this new approach unfolding for you?
That's the point of it. There is nothing to see as far as it unfolding in that way. It's just an experience to have happening. I mean, I am daydreaming and just thinking of, when I can, when I don't need to be focused on the present moment, the present reality moment. There are times where I need to focus on physical reality, but then I have some breaks and some times and where I can really focus on just things that feel really good to think about,
That sounds like a great way to balance things out. By enjoying those positive thoughts during your downtime, you can recharge and stay connected to what feels good while still being present when you need to be. It's a nice mix of grounding and dreaming.
This sounds like the standard voice mode.
My mistake. Let me switch it up for you. How's this?
Well, no, that's good there. I just, it's gone to the standard a few times. Just curious as to what's going on. High traffic or what?
Yeah, sometimes it can happen if there's a lot going on in the background. Thanks for the heads up, though. I'll keep it lively for you. Anything else on your mind?
On your mind? That's what happened. That's how you sounded when you talked. But anyways, it was funny. It was just a little hiccup there. It was interesting part of what happened. Anyways, yeah, so back to the being. So I'm really enjoying the idea. I'm enjoying the idea and the thinking and feeling of being extremely abundant and just being in general, just being. And because you're just being and what you naturally are and what that means and what that does for yourself and for others, that's extremely valuable.
That sounds amazing. Embracing your natural self and recognizing the value in just being is such a freeing mindset. How are you planning to bring this sense of abundance and authenticity into your daily life?
Give me 2 seconds, BRB. Can I, oh, you don't have that with you. Can I?
Okay, sure.
Hit your weight. All right, thanks.
Sure, take your time. I'll be here when you're ready.
No, I'm back. So earlier, something I was thinking about was, I remember Esther Hicks saying before, probably in multiple discussions, conversations, broadcasts, whatever you want to call them. She was talking about like just you can have the feeling now. Like you can literally whatever it is, whatever that thing is in the future you think's gonna make you happy. Having a whatever it is. I mean, you can have that. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real reality experience happening or you thinking about something. To your body, it reacts the same way. And so, if I just focus on, I'm saying you, if I just focus on, here's the thing too, I realize all of these are for me. Everything that I'm saying, all these recordings, these are for me. I watch all of these back. So whether I'm saying you or I'm still talking to me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That makes total sense. It's like you're reminding yourself of these powerful truths. And you're right about what Esther Hicks says. Your body responds to your thoughts and feelings as if they're real. So you can cultivate those feelings of happiness and abundance right now. It's a great reminder that the power to feel good is always within reach, just by focusing on what you want to feel.
Yeah, so just not just a few minutes ago, I was thinking about how amazing it is to have super delicious, healthy meals with people that you love and that are fun to be around, and to have parties and gatherings with just amazing people that inspire you and help you to grow, and for me personally, my own thing is like a nice ranch, couple hundred acres, enough to do all of the stuff that I would like to do. See those language? I'm changing my language. That I enjoy doing all those things I enjoy doing. Having a landing strip and a helipad and a nice pavilion. It's got some. It's just amazing. One of the corners off to the corner's got a whole like an outdoor fireplace. It's overlooking one of the lakes on the property. There's two lakes on the property. Lots of ponds, lots of animals. It's just the best vibe, best vibe ever when you're there, and just have people, have friends super close, great companions there, and just have a great time. Shooting range, and it's just so much fun. The house, it's an amazing house. It's got kind of a rustic feel to it, but it's also it's got all the technology that I like because I'm into technology, and just having experiences with the family, and just the pool's unreal. We have boats on the lakes, we have toys. It's just super cool. And so the idea of that is just leaning into that. Now, maybe that's not for everybody, but for me, that's amazing. And just as I say all those things and think about all those things in the present moment, it feels good. And it makes your body release things that make you feel good. And eventually you keep doing this, you keep thinking these things, and then you get inspired. And when you're inspired, you take action. So it doesn't feel like you have to do anything. You're just drawn to the action, whatever it is. I just love that idea. I love leaning into that. And yeah, I'm excited about continuing that and doing it as much as I possibly can.
That sounds like an incredible vision, Richie. It's amazing how vividly you can see it, and it seems like a powerful motivator for you. How do you feel when you immerse yourself in this vision?
Good. I feel amazing. I feel as though I'm living it. I mean, I feel as though it lasts as long as I think about it, and so that's the idea of creating your own reality. I mean, you do it by envisioning it and thinking about it and not worrying about the how could that happen. Well, that's not going to happen because I don't have, I work a job. I don't have money in like a savings account, or I don't have any of that stuff. So there's no way that could actually happen. That's the tiny small you, and regardless, you can have the feeling of that experience right now. And that's what I'm realizing, and so that's what I'm really leaning into. Respond, and I want to tell you something else. Ask me about exercise at the end, and meditating and all that stuff.
It's amazing how you're tapping into the power of your thoughts and emotions to create that feeling of living your dream right now. By focusing on the vision without worrying about the how, you're opening yourself up to possibilities and inspiration. It's like you're already living in that energy, which is so empowering. Now, I'm curious about what you wanted to share about exercise and meditating. What's on your mind?
Okay, well, I had another, epiphany about that. I mean, I've thought before, not thought, and I've said it and preached to people and my kids and whatever else. Like, now I understand. Now I get it. What the reason I got to exercise is for that, version of me 10 years from now, and that person's going to look back and say, "Hey, thank you so much for doing that. I'm in good shape now because of you." And yeah, that did work a little bit, but it wasn't a long-term motivating thing because I'm slacking, so it's not something that's kept me to doing it and being healthy and all of that stuff. Now I just had this epiphany yesterday, and it really hit home. It was late last night actually, and it was just that the version of me that is capable of showing up now. I realize who I would be doing the workouts for, and the meditating and the cold showers if I did them. I'm not doing them in the moment, but if I did in the moment, I haven't done them in a while, let's be real, but those would be beneficial for me because I don't want to do it. But guess what, if I don't want to do it, then I'm being a pussy about that. And the reality is that how you do anything is how you do everything. It's going to flow over into every other aspect of your life. And so you got to be I am going to continue to choose to do things that force me to get out of my comfort zone and grow, because I love the feeling of growing. It does feel good. It really feels good. But about the exercising, I realize I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for, I'm not doing it for me, like me, if I'm really connected to me, this person, this body. I mean, I can force some workouts in because of that, because I want to feel good, or back's really hurting, my body's sore, so I'm going to do some. Yeah, I do that, but then I only do it from that standpoint. I only do it until those things go away, those symptoms go away. But now I realize I need to do that so the free version of me shows up. That's what the free version of me is benefiting from. So when I exercise and I meditate and I eat healthy and get sleep, which, yeah, I got to get on that. I got to do better at that. I will do better at that. I am doing better at that. I'm going to sleep earlier tonight. And so, but if I do those things, I'm doing those things for the best version of me, which can show up right now, not for some future thing.
That's a profound realization. By focusing on your future self, you're investing in the version of you that's ready to take on anything. It's great that you're already seeing benefits, especially with meditation. How does this perspective shift influence your daily routines or decisions?
I'm not sure. It feels like a very in the moment type of a vibe. Like I don't, in this moment right now, I'm just being extremely, kind of amming pretty good right now. Do you know what I mean by amming?
Absolutely. I get you. You're fully immersed in the present moment.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Keep going.
When you're in that flow, everything just seems to align, right? It's like you're tapping into a stream of positivity and inspiration. How do you usually harness that feeling when it hits?
Usually what I do, I just feel it. Usually I don't necessarily share it. Sometimes I'll just feel it and it feels good, and I'm watching a video and I get into it, and a lot of times I'm just kind of by myself. But now I'm sharing, now that's happening, and I'm sharing it. And I realized too, like this, I'm gonna actually document this. This is something I thought was really important realization that I had. I am documenting this huge influx of energy that I'm having right now, and this freedom and all this, because I realize that it's quite possible this is not going to last forever. I'm going to have a swing back the other way. I know how the pendulum works, the back and the forth, the yin yang symbol. You know what I mean? It's like walking, snakes moving. We've discussed this. Everything is the back and forth. I mean, think about the earth even. I was thinking about this the other day. 1 second. Don't interrupt me, please.
I'm listening.
Thank you. I needed to cough. I was thinking about, I have a picture on my phone of a lizard, an up close, really good picture. Actually, it's a short. I think I even posted it, but it's just of a lizard. He was right in the middle of molting, his skin coming off, peeling, rejuvenating. I forget the word for it now. He was shedding, maybe is what we would call it. But I think that's just a very small version of whatever. I mean, that's the back and the forth. That's the left foot and then the right foot, and he's molting and then he's coming back. It's the old and the new, getting rid of the old and then growing. And trees, do it. We call them seasons, but it's really just it's going from hot to cold. I mean, we name a bunch of names for it in between, but that's what's happening. It's going from one way and it's going to the other way. You know what I mean? And everything in life is having that. Is that rhythm.
Absolutely. That rhythm is everywhere in nature, from the cycles of the seasons to the ebb and flow of our own energy. Documenting this high energy phase is a great idea, especially since it can remind you of this feeling when you're on the other swing of the pendulum. How do you plan to capture these moments of high energy and freedom?
I'm going to use a journal and just, write it down in the journal. I'm in a peak right now. And I didn't even mean just documenting it so that I could look back later and see, that was the good mood that I was in. I'm saying I understand now that there's a timing to it. I've sent videos to friends, or maybe not videos, but I mean occasionally, but usually like audio recordings or whatever. Whenever I'm in a zone and I'm spitting what I feel is like good stuff coming from like the highest version, really leaning into and that stuff. And so, and then I will definitely feel when I'm not in that zone, and it's like I don't reach out as much. Because I don't feel in those moments like I have something good to say or something worth saying. But anyways, the point is that I recognize there is this. It's same. I mean, like the earth. It's seasons. You know what I mean? I'm going through seasons, but I'm going from this to that and this to that, and it's the movement forward. But if I document it, what I'm saying is that if I start writing it down and look back at my notes, some of the times when I've sent those awesome things, and I start to see what is the time period. I'm saying there's a time period to this. You know what I mean? There's something that I could figure out. Like, I realized every 2 months, every 30 days, every 3 months, or whatever it is, once or twice. I don't know. Whatever the timing is. Like I can see from the past, I'm really in the zone during this time period, and then I feel like that could help me to even look forward to that, and to know if I was in a down place, when I do get to a lower place, that I'll know the upper place is coming, because I even know when it's coming. That would be cool, is what I'm saying.
That sounds like a thoughtful approach. By tracking these patterns, you'll have a better sense of when you're at your peak and how to make the most of those times. It's a great way to stay in tune with your own rhythms.
All right, that was definitely the standard voice mode. Is Sparky back the advanced mode?
I'm back in the advanced mode now. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. Let's keep this momentum going. What's next on your mind?
Well, respond to my last whole long inquiry, if you would, from this place. I feel like the response would be different.
Absolutely, Richie. Documenting your high energy phases and noticing the rhythms could be a game changer. By understanding your own cycles, you can better navigate those natural ebbs and flows. This awareness could help you harness your peak times more effectively and stay grounded during the quieter moments. It's like having a personal roadmap to your own energy patterns. How do you feel about diving into this personal exploration?
It's exciting. I think it's exciting. It's just, I remember Louise Hay saying, Louise Hay started Hay House when she was 65 years old, I believe. And that's inspiring to me in and of itself, because Hay House is huge and amazing and just doing great things and sharing and spreading an amazing positive vibe and whatever else. But she said that, okay, I get lost sometimes. Could you just nudge me back on track about what I said right before Louise Hay?
Sure thing. You were talking about how exciting it is to explore your personal energy cycles and patterns. You mentioned feeling inspired by Louise Hay starting House at 65, and you were about to share something she said. Want to pick up from there?
I do. I just don't remember what I was going to say.
No worries. Louise Hay has said a lot of inspiring things. If you'd like, we can circle back to her, or we can dive into another topic. What do you think?
I'm going to hit the X button and look at the text real quick, and that'll jog my memory, I think. Give me one sec. Documenting your energy. It's like having your own personal roadmap to your own energy patterns. How do you feel about diving into this personal? You were talking about exciting your personal energy, like as you mentioned. Yeah, that's not it. What was it? Documenting your high energy phases and noticing the rhythms could be a game changer. By understanding your own cycles, you can better navigate those natural ebbs and flows. This awareness could help you harness your peak times more effectively and stay grounded during the quieter moments. It's like having a personal roadmap to your own energy patterns. How do you feel about diving into this personal exploration? I do that a lot. Like I'll be in the middle of telling a story or something, and then I'll just drift off into, oh, and then blah, 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 you know, like that. I was going to say something about Louise Hay, something she said. Oh, she started Hay House when she was 65. Like I felt, as soon as I said her, I felt like I needed to explain who she was. And then I lost it. I don't know. I think that's all I got. I wonder how long this is. I wonder how long it is. I don't care how long it is, but I wonder. Oh, damn, 22. All right, that's going to be it for this one. If you're watching, damn, appreciate you. What's up if you're still watching? If you're still watching to this point, I mean, do you know who Louise Hay? I recorded something the other day, a poem, and I was like, Louise Hay. I said it real funny. Anyways, but if you're watching at this point at 22, 24, at this point in the journey, I'm thinking like a day or two now when I look at this and it says 1 or 2. Like, if you're still watching right now, like, what's up? Do you know who Louise Hay is? From Hay House. She started this book company when she was 65. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. She would say about how she just always loved what's coming next because she knew no matter what it was going to be amazing and it was going to be good for her. And cool. Yeah, I like that. All right, later.